Hey, and welcome to what I consider one of the best made, casual, regular Hearts of Iron 4 mods. Your Kaiserreichs and the Great Wars of the Hoi4 modding world, they're pretty uncommon these days, replaced with more crazy and dramatic stuff. But a lot of Hoi4 veterans, like I believe Tommy K's favorite Hoi4 mod of all time is Kaiserreich, so even though us in the crazy overhaul modding community may be a little biased against stuff like Kaiserreich, these mods are still at the heart of the Hoi4 experience. And I know some of you are dying on the inside right now trying to entertain the idea that Kaiserreich and the Great War are the best Hearts of Iron 4 mods, but I promise, to some people they are. Also, you have to admire the loading screen. I think this is one of the best Hearts of Iron 4 loading screens, assuming that it's original. And before we continue, do note that this isn't the Great War mod, it's the Great War Redux. It's made by new and obviously attractive people who fixed the old mod and updated it to newer versions of the game. Today we'll be playing as France, I think the most recently updated country a few months back. I've played a lot of France in vanilla Hoi4 because it is very fun to try to survive. It's a difficult challenge, though now I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen because in vanilla we're crippled by the victors of the Great War spirit, which makes it very hard to mobilize, but here we haven't yet won the Great War because this is the Great War. It seems like we're still crippled by bad spirits. Instead of being weakened by our victory, we're weakened by our defeat in a similar way. So maybe this will be a bit like vanilla. We also start in a conflict, which is interesting. So in vanilla, Italy starts off at war with Ethiopia, but in the Great War, we start off at war with a country in Africa. Hopefully we'll be able to resolve it with the divisions we already have there. I'm not so inclined to bring more forces there. Though ending it fast is not too big of a deal because we can get a lot of army experience potentially out of this, or maybe not. Yeah, it looks like we're not gonna get any army experience. They made sure that we couldn't get away with that. Yeah, it's a pity we have this modifier here for this specific war. We would be getting a lot of army experience right now if we didn't. And as France, we have what I would call a very beautiful and simple focus tree. Well, maybe simple isn't the best word, but I do quite like it. It looks as if the monarchist and communist one are bigger, but that's more so because they are split into different sections and they're more vertical. The Republic ones here still have a lot of stuff, especially because they share so many of these options. We will be getting a silent workhorse first because we can get one so early, so we might as well get the extra political power from day one. And the Great War Redux starts halfway through the year. That's why we're already in July here. And here we can immediately start several focuses that will greatly reduce the effects of our bad national spirits. I'll probably modify disjointed government first and then end the riots. I think that's a good course of action. And as France here, we have a beautiful National Assembly scripted GUI here. So we'll have to manage that, though the center-leaning parties seem to have quite the majority. So since France won historically, maybe our goal today can be to attack Germany. Well, not, go on the offensive, but when they attack us, we will push into Germany and stop them from making Russia fall into a civil war. Maybe that can be our priority and see what happens there, so we aren't too overly historical. I turned historical focuses off though, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully the war still starts. And we've already had a leader change, which is pretty normal for France and Hoi4. You get pretty used to having your leader change every 10 seconds. Okay, we're on our third leader. And Italy is now doing their historical war against the Ottoman Empire, but Italy has also joined the Central Powers, which I think they will leave potentially. I don't know if they have alt history paths, so I don't even know if they can stay. Looks like they can get Mussolini somehow, so that'd be a little early, but not not ideal. Okay, now we get to have an election so we can get our 4th leader and replace this corrupt minister. The captain of industry would be nice, but that weekly war support is very tempting. As long as you can stay our leader for a while, we'll have a lot of war support. And China had a very short civil war too and is now a republic. The Qing dynasty is over. Also, I'm going to lose this war. They have military access to this country, so even though they really don't have that much organization and supply, they can still retreat into this neutral nation that's a puppet of Britain and then re-enter their capital over and over again. So yeah, unfortunately we ran out of time. At least now we can remove this nightmarish minus 20% output national spirit through this focus and get 4 military factories in addition to removing it. So it's a massive boost there. Okay, it's time for yet another French leader. Our weekly war support couldn't last forever. I guess now we'll get the construction speed. So now we have an extra 20% construction speed with our leader and an advisor. Okay, we have another leader and presidential elections. So we've switched to building military factories primarily now. Well, only now. We do need to build a railroad to the east, however, because this level 2 railroad really won't support that much. We're even researching logistics company 2 so that we can put those in all of our divisions. Having a lot of divisions able to be on the front will probably help us out, and we're going to add a lot of artillery, hopefully stuff that'll break through so we're not sitting here forever, kind of like how things went historically. Oh, and you love to see it, Theodore Roosevelt. That's a good American leader. I hope he joins our faction. That would be fun. We'll send him a non-aggression pact. Belgium joined the Entente, so this time Germany won't have to invade neutral territory. They'll be invading proper aligned territory. Also go for bold attack for our Spirit of the Academy, so we can have a chance at getting extra attack when we level up, since all these generals have kind of pitiful attack to start with. We have another new leader. I really like this guy's bow tie. It is very cute. And we're going to send our agents to infiltrate Germany's army, try to get some more intelligence. I don't know what's going on really. I can't see what anybody's doing in terms of focuses besides Russia. Okay, we've got another new leader. That's fun, one that I haven't seen before. Okay, it looks like the historical thing's gonna happen maybe if Austria joins Germany's faction, but Italy might be in this too? Who knows? We'll see what happens. Because Italy was in a defensive alliance, but not an offensive one. But I don't know if the alt history has changed that. But yeah, we'll not abandon our allies. There we go. Serbia's been guaranteed by Russia. Franz Ferdinand is gone. Okay, so Italy declared on us. So obviously Italy's not going to switch sides today. The UK will join our faction, which is nice. Hopefully they help out, though we're holding pretty well on our own. I'm not going to call my puppet states in though. So this is not going very well for Germany. They've taken 200,000 casualties to us, and we've taken 10,000 casualties to them. That's 20 to 1. That's really not good. Oh, and we sunk Horthy's navy. Well, it wasn't him. It was a German navy commander commanding the Austro-Hungarian navy. And Sweden has come to us with a deal. They will join if we give them Germany's colonies. I think we can accept. Yeah, Sweden will make up for Italy tenfold. So we have now successfully naval invaded Rome. This is one thing to make World War I less stagnant, is naval invading Italy. If Italy hadn't joined their faction and had joined ours, I would beat naval invading Austria-Hungary from Italy instead, but this is what we have to do today. Well, I did it. I invaded through this port here and encircled everything here in Piedmont, so I guess that's some progress. Finally, Italy's about to capitulate too, because we've strategically naval invaded all of their victory points, and our land doctrine is now complete. I sent troops to Russia though to help hold so they don't fall into a civil war. Okay, so we've finally researched some tanks, so we'll begin investing a lot into that so that we can actually get into Germany someday. Milan will at least be cut off soon, so then they they won't be getting any supply to that city. Italy has technically capitulated, but they're still fighting on. They'll at least finally be beat in the south and in Piedmont for sure. Wow, I think I finally pushed one tile into Germany. They reinforced this battle with all their divisions in this tile, and then they put one division retreating from Metz into here, so it had no organization. This may be the breakthrough that we needed. We might not even get a single tank on the field before we win this. Oh, Germany surrenders. Well, the end. That was fun. They didn't take a single French tile. The only two tiles that an enemy ever set foot in was this one and this one, because we had nothing defending it, but they never took the port. This is what I like to call a very, very strong French defense. I guess there's an armistice, so we should probably stop fighting. Well, we were successful. Russia didn't have its civil war, and Germany even had Italy and Romania on its side, so it was more difficult than the historical fight. I guess the Ottoman Empire wasn't involved in it, though, so I don't know. Italy, I think, well, before they lost all their divisions, was stronger than the Ottomans, so I think it was still more difficult. We even have a post-war focus tree. It's missing a few icons, but that's kind of cool. Okay, so Germany has now collapsed. Very fun. Italy, I don't know if the Central Powers is still a thing. I don't know if this mod is set up to properly handle these alt history scenarios, so the Central Powers might just continue to exist. Never mind, I spoke too soon. It does handle this scenario. The Central Powers is gone, and northern Italy is now demilitarized, which is weird. Oh, Italy just went straight into a civil war. Anyways, all of our enemies are falling apart. This is a good point to leave it off. If you guys want to see more of this mod, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Blah, blah, blah.